Well, me and Rigby are headed to the beach. Gonna go get a tan. Isn't that right? Welcome back to the Flourgoldwizards channel, everybody. Guess what? Yes, we made it to the beach. The beach. Well, it's way down there. But as you can see, there is snow piled up everywhere, and it's deep around here yet. I don't think it gets warm around here till, I don't know, August. So I brought a drone along, and I'll show you that in just a minute, because I want to try to find somewhere to work so I don't have to carry all my gear around. As you know, I do all the carrying. Rigby back there, he finds the gold. So let me get this drone fired up, and we'll see if we can scour the shoreline down there and see if we can't find a good spot to set up our new beach sluice and see if we can't find some gold. All right, let's get this baby up in the air. And as you can plainly see, all I see is snow and yellow sand. I don't see any black sand anywhere. I don't know if we're gonna be walking for 10 miles or not. However, I do believe we gotta give it a try. Well, let's see what we brought along today. Well, we've got our drone, we've got a camera holder, a couple of pails, some concentrate holder, a little bit of jet dry, a tub, a pan, pump and hose, speed controller, sluice stand, battery, sluice legs, sluice, shovel, and some beef jerky for the big man. That's right. He's so handsome. Well, and my frog sticker. Well, I would say the results are inconclusive. So we might have to rely on Rigby's nose alone. So we're all loaded up. We're headed down the hill. Well, the trail's kind of hard. Some people have been walking on it. Well, Rigbone, he was excited to come today. Me too. But it's still kind of steep and slippery. So I better put this phone in my pocket so I can at least fall on one hand. There you go, buddy. Tell him you're here. We made it. I can't even tell you how nice it is to be here today. There's hardly any wind. I'm gonna be down to a t-shirt because that sun is already cooking. It's probably only 31 or 32 degrees, but it's gonna warm up to 40 something today. And I could see down that way and I didn't see a whole lot. There's no obstructions and I can't really see much for black sand. So I think we're gonna head down that way because I've always had really good luck down that way, even though it might be a couple of miles, which we might not make the trek today, but there's always been better luck down that way. So let's get our hinders in gear and get down there and check for some gold. Good job, buddy. Good job. We've been walking along and haven't been seeing much for black sand at all. Rigby hopped over this here log, started yipping at me. Well, looky, lo and behold, right here. Nice pile of black sand up in here. Good job. So we're gonna get our first sample of this stuff right here, and it looks a little frozen. So we'll just go ahead and see if we can get some of this stuff that's not frozen too bad. Just scrape the top up a little bit, like that. Get about, I don't know, half a cup. And we'll go pan it out in the mighty Lake Superior. That's right. Let me get over that log. Well, that wasn't too far at all. Maybe a few hundred yards or so. Oh, look at that. There's 500 trillion Chris Lilly rocks of the week. Well, obviously, you're not getting them, buddy. All right. Boy, if we see some gold in this first spot right here, I tell you what, this will be the easiest trip I ever made right here. Yeah, let's get that into the sun there. There we go. Look at that. Look at all that garnet sand in there. Look at how red that turned. All right. I got that down probably far enough. And I'll just start pulling this stuff back. And if I see any gold, I'll just count them. I ain't trying to save. I just want to know what kind of spot we're working here. This is going to take me just a little bit. So I'll get that one worked down. And we'll see if there's any gold in that sample. Good job, buddy. And the results. I'm not sure if I'm buying what I'm seeing here or not. But there looks to be crepes 40 in there. So let me get that down into 3. But they're extremely super small. Just the smallest gold you ever did see. Look at all them in there. All the way across there. That stuff is minute. Minute. So let's see what we're going to do with this spot. The amount of pieces was really nice. But it would be nice to see a little bit bigger stuff. So I'm going to take another sample. Well, right around in this here tree bent over right like that there. All the roots pulled up and out of the ground, and the waves have been concentrating black sand in here. So I'm going to go ahead and get a sample of this stuff under here, just like this. I should have brought my darn scoop over here. Let's get some of this brush down into a little pile. That should be enough. Let's go see what's in that one. If there's any bigger ones in there, I might just set up camp right here. Moving on. Oh, it's getting cool, eh, Rigbone? Further we get down this way, cooler things are looking. Except, ice is coming out to the water's edge. Looks like Rigbone's gonna be getting a little wet. Well, unless we can bust some of these icicles off here and he can crawl under. Maybe. Oh man, it's cool out here. What's in there? Ooh, a little wrestling match. A little wrestling cage in there. All right, on with the show. Where you at, Rig? Come on, buddy. Yeah, right here. Here he comes. Oh, I tell you, what a good boy. All right, we found a nice location here. There's lots of black sand. Absolutely tons of it. We got to do a little bit of testing, but I think just because there's so much of this deposit behind me, there's so much of it that we might just set up camp right here and work. Because it's so nice and flat down to the water, and it's a beautiful spot. Nobody's going to come down here and bug me about Rigby or whatever. He's up in the woods in there having fun. So I'm going to start taking some test samples out of this right here. This stuff right here. Look at how deep and thick that is. And it's got little bands of garnet sand in there. Let me get in close and personal on that. You can see the difference in the black and the red right there. And this deposit goes all the way down, all the way up to those bent over trees over there. And it gets a little bit thicker and thinner, and some of it's breaking off. So let's do some test panning right here one time. Good job, buddy. Our first test sample right here, and the gold is noticeably bigger. This was only about a half a handful right here, and I counted 4 or 5 going by. There's 3 or 4 or 5 right there. A couple of really super small ones, but a couple of decent sized flakes. Now that's beach gold. You're not going to get giant fingernail sized flakes around here. So I'm going to get my gear set up right here, and I'm just going to enjoy this beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful out here. I mean, just look at the scenery. Oh man, it's like a book, only better. P.S. Always bring a bag of spare screws and wing bolts with you. I'm missing one, but I got a few extras. our system is all set up here. I got a nice big fat pail of juicy black sand to run over this baby. We're gonna go ahead and turn this on. I have made a couple of adjustments since the last time I videoed how I made this thing. I put a little piece of steel down in there so it didn't splash right on my VDR mats. And I'll show that to you before we throw a scoop on there. All right, this baby's up and running. Now we have sawtooth matting in there. I'll go ahead and swish that around, get all the bubbles out of there. You can see there are a few bubbles in here. Definitely don't want bubbles. I've got some mother loaded mat from Gold Hog there and my go-to VDR up top. And the last time I didn't have this plate right here. So I stuck a plate underneath my mat, just a little steel plate, and I bent it down so it makes the water have a little boil point back in there. That'll keep all that splashing from happening. Excuse me. And I also upgraded my classifier. The last one I had was 3 16th inch holes. These are 16th inch holes, and that's what you want. The gold we're after is minute, so why would I want to run large rocks through there? That just pops right up in there just like that. I'll grab a handful of this, set it right on there, and just watch it melt away. And over the sluice it goes. Look at that. That'll keep all the tiny little sticks and rocks like this from getting clogged up in my mats, because a little piece of gravel this big will lose you gold all day long. We don't want that. Yeah, that thing's working fantastic. I love it already. Let's run a whole bunch of this stuff. Ooh, doggy. All right, I know, we'll get there. I'll take a little peek at the mats here. This is the upper mat, and I do see gold. I just let it kind of clear out for a couple of minutes here, and I see gold all over the place in there. So we are capturing the gold, and I'm sure we're capturing gold down in there too. So we're gonna go ahead and have a snack because Rigby put it on us. Today's snack, we're gonna have a little bit of beef jerky, Rigby's favorite. That's right. He needs that. He's a hard-working miner. And PSSS. I can't stress enough how important it is to have a speed controller with you. So if I was running 1,100 gallons of it or an hour through this baby, which is what that pump is, I would be scalping these mats. That's only a 6.5 inch wide sluice right there. That might be fine for, say, a 12 inch wide gold cube or something. Yeah, I forgot my scoop, but it's a little bit too much for a skinny mat like this. So that thing there is extremely important. You know, kind of like having your own mine boss. All right, getting a little bit of debris in my screen right here. Let's take her out, give her a shake. Like such, stick it back in there. Back to running. Just about done with this here pail. I'll probably run a couple before I do a check. I know we're capturing gold. I just want to see a lot all at once. And believe me, I want to see gold right now. But when you start seeing large piles of beach gold in your pan, it just absolutely glows like the sun in that pan. Especially those blue XP pans. So we're gonna wait. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Wait till you see what I found. Here, I was dumping out my tailings pail right here. I look down and look what I see. A god darn agate right there. Look at that. How cool is that? I'm gonna take a look at the backside. Doesn't look particularly interesting by any means. But you crack it open and sure enough, that is an agate. A monkey's uncle indeed. All right, it's finally time. We ran 2 full pails through this baby, and we're gonna go ahead and do a cleanup. Now, I made this baby functional and easy to use. Functional meaning it captures gold. So all I gotta do, pull out one pin, take that baby, stick it in a 5-gallon pail, rinse it out. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to pan these out separately. I did see gold in both, but I want to see if it's capturing more on the top versus the bottom, and likewise. So we got a little bit of panning to do. All right, so I'm doing a brief cleanup here like we just talked about. And I did my top tray. I haven't gotten around to this yet. And along comes another prospector, Kevin. How you doing, Kevin?
Good.
Well, he's got some gear over on the other side of that iceberg over there. I took mine and I floated around on another iceberg, which has since melted. But here's a partial cleanup of what we had in that top tray right there. And it's good, really good. There is all kinds of gold in there, and there's a ton down in here. I just wanted to get this done rather quickly so I can get back to mining. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that one there and get it into a pan, and just to see if there's any difference on another quick one, because I did see gold in both. And if there's not a ton of gold in there, then that top mat is doing its job, and that's more of a backup. Ooh, it's getting exciting. I think he's gonna go get some gear and come on over here and work with us. Excellent, what a day. All right, well, that was kind of a quick one. So we got lots of gold for sure. So I'm gonna make this one quick too. When you're sitting on gold like this, all you wanna do is run, run, run. It's a numbers game. The more numbers, the more gold. And this stuff's the same way. Piece of cake to clean out. Saves you time that you don't have to waste. You get right back to scooping dirt. Now that lower tray has way more material than that top one did, but I can already see nice pieces of gold showing up in there. Look at that one there. If you can see them like that, you know you're doing well. So I'll get that down just a little ways. We'll see what that looks like. All right, this is taking forever, but there is so much gold in this stuff. Just as I'm peeling this back, you can see the gold just falling out of this stuff. It's crazy. We are gonna have a monster pile of gold after we get this stuff home and through my cleanup sluice. Dude, doggy, it's so good to be back. So good. Well, this calls for a toast. Let's have another snack, that's right. Oh yeah, he really needs that. He's a hard working miner. Well, he's over there still getting set up, and we're about to fill up our next pail. I just wanted to give you guys a little glimpse of where we're getting it. There's all kinds of black sand over there, but I'm in here in all these roots and trees and down branches and such, and there's a nice black sand deposit up in here, and it's chock full of gold. That's where we've been working. I got another full pail right here. We're gonna get it on over there and get some more. Look at how it just melts away. And there's a big bug in there too. Ew. All right, we just did our second clean out while we're in the process of, and it's looking pretty darn good, just like the first one was. That's just the top mat. I'm just doing it real quickly, but as you can see, there's lots and lots in there. We'll get that one dumped into our container here, which is absolutely packed with gold. We're gonna run 2 more pails, and then we're gonna get the heck out of here. He's the tired over there taking a little nap. Yeah. Well, me and Rick Bone, we're getting the heck out of here. We ran 5 or 6 pails, something like that. We're on really good gold. It's getting a little later in the afternoon here. We got a long ride home. Kevin's gonna stay here and continue getting his gold rush on. We're gonna hit the road, jam some tunes, check out the Fridge of Wonder. Let's go see what's in this stuff. Hey, we made it back to the shop. See? Here's our bucket of concentrates right here. There's all kinds of gold in that puppy. So I'm gonna get my cleanup sluice all set up and ready to go. Now pay no attention to what's going on over here. We've got some super ultra top secret stuff going on here. So I'm gonna grab a little something out of the Fridge of Wonder, give everybody a little look at their stickers and whatnot. That's right. and grab a little something, because that was a long ride. Cobbles, everybody. Well, little moose dog was stuck here all alone all day. So there, you get a beef stick. He needs that. He's a hard-working miner too. All right, let the games begin. We got her all ready to roll here. All I gotta do is turn on my speed controller. Get some water pumping through that puppy. Now I already have some jet dry in this water. You can see there's some suds in there. I'll just go ahead and get rid of any bubbles in there. I think I see a piece of gold. Must have missed one somewhere. I think I'm gonna have to turn it up a little bit more than that, because this sand is heavy. Got me a spoon, and we'll begin. One on. This might take a little while. We have quite a bit of concentrate, that's for sure. Yeah, that's nowhere near fast enough. Let's crank that up a little bit. Now we're talking. Yeah, look at all the gold showing up in there. Ah, this lighting in here really blows. There we go, one scoop. There is all kinds of pieces in that stuff. Oh, this is gonna be fantastic. There's some down in there already. Look at that. Ooh, we did well today. Let me run a whole bunch of this through there, and we'll take a look at it. Cobbles. Well, we've got about 2/3 or so of that run, maybe just a hair more, but it's time for PBR intermission. Intermission. That's right. And it's in there, all of it. And it's looking pretty darn good. I see lots of gold. I see lots of nice pieces of gold too. I just, I didn't take the time to go through all those concentrates out in the field, because then we have more time to run. So I'm gonna get this stuff in a pan. Take a look at it. What do you think, Rigbone? We are panning away. And we've got it down to a really small amount of material left here. But this is my favorite part. I do this every time when I get a nice pile of gold at the beach. I just love to rake it back like that. Look at the gold hiding under that black sand. They call that the galaxy. Fantastic. Couple more minutes, we'll have that puppy all cleaned up. All right, here's all that beautiful gold all cleaned up real nice and pretty. And here's that little agate we found right here. Now, that's a dandy. Well, maybe not a dandy, but it's still an agate. It's got some nice little banding on it right there. Pretty darn cool if you ask me. So in the spirit of agate hunting and finding, I'm going to do this week's Tap to the Top for my buddy Andy at Papa Rock Z. The man to talk to about agates and other stuff. This tap to the top's for you, Andy. Look at that golden smile. Fantastic. Hey, we did it. We made it to the beach. We made it through winter and we made it to the beach. Yeah, there was some snow and ice out there, but it was still a beautiful day. The wind picked up a little bit in the afternoon, but I'll take that over what we've been going through any day of the week. And we got some awesome gold over there and an agate. What a day. I'm so glad we took the chance and went to the beach, because the weather this morning was absolutely horrible. A 2-track for 2 hours. Blech. Thanks for coming along, you guys. We really appreciate you watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like and share. Until the next episode of Flourgoldwizards, out. Huh?